You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Kate getting busted, Kristen erupting, and Alex being cornered. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button, and then check out our predictions for Alex and Xander, for Tate and Sophia, for Kristen and EJ, for Gabby, Javi, and Leo, and also for Kate and Roman. We're going to get started with our very first prediction. Alex is dragged into the growing Let's Lie to Xander Dirty Secret Club. So this week, spoilers have Xander chewing out Phillip because he thinks he banged Stephanie behind Alex's back after he eavesdropped on them. And so Xander goes ahead and he tells Alex, who then shakes the starch out of Phillip and threatens him. That same day, spoilers have Sarah realizing what's happening. She freaks out and she asks Stephanie to keep the secret, which means she would basically have to lie to Alex and say she slept with Phillip when she didn't. I mean, she did, but not since they've been together. But by Friday, Sarah and Phillip are in a full-blown panic, and Alex is demanding the truth from Stephanie to tell him if she cheated with Phillip. So the spoilers also say that Stephanie tells Alex the truth. However, that doesn't mean it's all over yet for Phillip and his fraud. In fact, Stephanie may tell Alex, yes, I found this out and, told Sarah, but she asked me to keep the lie going, and here's why. And so Alex might get a pitch from Sarah, possibly from Stephanie, probably from Phillip on why Alex needs to keep his mouth shut and not tell Xander. And Alex doesn't like the idea of Xander having part of his inheritance taken. However, he might be able to be persuaded to see that this is a brother bonding thing. Please don't do this. It's just going to hurt Xander in the long run. And Alex is a basically kind guy, so we'll see. Our second prediction, Tate crosses lines with Sophia. So spoilers this week. On Monday, Doug 3 warns Holly that Julie's making a police report after she saw Melinda with the necklace. JJ's grilling Melinda. And then spoilers have Tate calling Julie and just flat out telling her Doug 3 stole your necklace. On Tuesday, Julie confronts Doug 3 and Tate is trying to cover with Holly for what he did. And on Wednesday, Holly's taking care of Doug 3. And by Thursday, Holly confronts Tate. So I completely expect Holly to blow up at Tate for betraying her confidence and ratting out Doug 3 to Julie and then trying to fib or obfuscate with Holly to try and hide what he did. So I also expect her to take in Doug 3 like a stray puppy if Julie kicks him out of the Horton house, because there's a shot in the promo of him in a towel. Looks like he might be in her room at the Kiriakis mansion. And of course, Julie would probably kick him out for stealing. And if Holly takes him in, that's going to frustrate Tate, who's going to take the stealing is wrong, so I had to tell the truth approach. But that's not going to get that far with Holly. And I think her helping Doug 3 again might make Tate very angry. And of course, Sophia is going to be the person he runs to. That's what he always does these days. And they may kiss or do more, but maybe at least kiss. He always runs to Sophia when things get rocky with Holly. And this is really, really rocky. And Tate's a teenage boy and, hormones, etc. Our third prediction, Kristen threatens to kill EJ. So spoilers for the week, of course. Kristen's upset that her long dead mom, Rachel Blake, who she just got back in her life, is gone again, thanks to EJ. On Friday, she had a gun in her hand. And on Tuesday, spoilers say Kristen wants revenge on EJ. I suspect Kristen takes that gun and puts it right in EJ's face and demands to know, where's my mother? But Kristen's not going to get very far with him because first, EJ knows Kristen was about to sell him down the river on the kidnapping to keep her crazy kidnapping mom out of prison. when if Kristen had come to him and she and EJ worked together, they probably could have found another answer. And I'm also certain that he did not kill Kristen's mom, but just wanted her out of the way until all this Arnold stuff dies down. I think he has stashed her somewhere comfortable. He might have even put her in Bayview under somebody else's name, you know? So we do know EJ is shot soon, but I don't think it's going to be this week, and I don't think it's going to be part of when Kristen threatens him. I do think somebody may see or hear Kristen making death threats on EJ, maybe even sees the gun in her hand, because my leaker told me little Rachel Blake is the one that accidentally shoots EJ, but Kristen confesses to save her daughter. So this death threat she's making, if it is witnessed, might be why cops are easy to believe that Kristen did indeed do this when she confesses, if the leak is true. Our fourth prediction, Gabby demands Javi dump Leo over the necklace plot. So spoilers for the week ahead. Javi's smitten, tells Gabby he's in love, but she hates Leo and says she doesn't want Javi to get her his heart broken. And she warns him Leo's always got some sort of scheme going. And then on Monday, JJ's grilling Melinda about the Horton necklace, and she may give up the fence that she bought it from, who may turn around and give up Leo as the one who sold it to him, and then he sold it to Melinda. And you know, the cops may be knocking on the Hernandez's door, except they don't even have to knock because one detective is dating Gabby. That's JJ. And Police Commissioner Jada lives right down the hall from Leo and Javi's bedroom. So I do think Leo's going to be exposed, and Gabby is going to hold this up to Javi as a reason he needs to dump Leo and kick him out of their house. But don't count Javi out or his love just yet. Yes, this was shady, but Leo was trying to help out Doug 3. And let's be real, Gabby's got no grounds to say somebody's bad for screwing over Julie Williams when Gabby literally tried to blow up her donated heart with an app. Julie hates Gabby, and I don't think she would want her defending her, period. Our fifth and final prediction, Roman snaps on Kate. Speaking of the Phillip drama we discussed in our first prediction, a lot of people by the end of this week know about Vivian's forgery and that document. And Friday, spoilers say Kate is hiding something from Roman, and she definitely is. That she got Vivian locked up in Statesville, but then went ahead and took that forged document and encouraged Phillip to carry on with the fraud and steal half of Xander's inheritance. Kate's basically doing the same thing Teresa did on the same pretense that Xander's bad, so it's okay for me to help steal from him, you know, as if Phillip's not a bad guy in his own right. You know, not as murdery as Xander, but Phillip has his moments, right? Kate herself has her moments. So as of Friday, we're going to have Sarah, Vivian, Stephanie, Kate, Phillip, plus Alex. And I feel like there's maybe at least one more person I'm not thinking about that all know about the forged document and the stolen inheritance. That's a lot of people keeping one little secret. And Phillip may run over to talk to his mom in a panic after the whole Alex crisis. So Roman could overhear them talking and grill Kate. I mean, heck, Stephanie might talk about it at the pub with Alex or with Sarah. It just seems very likely that Roman's going to find out soon and is going to read Kate the riot act.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.